Hi everyone, this is Bot Chasers. Today we're taking a look at the Oversize KO Optimus Prime masterpiece figure. This is by the company Jiang, and it's a huge figure. You can see I can't even get the box into my recording area here, but we'll just take a look at this box first of all. MPP10 Deformation Era Commander is brought out, and a nice illustration of Optimus Prime here. To give you an idea of the size of this box, here's a regular masterpiece box for Silver Streak, and this box is enormous. Yeah, and it just gives you an idea of how big this figure is. But let's turn it around here. The side doesn't have anything on it, but the back does have some pretty sweet images here, and we'll zoom in on this. There's Optimus in his alt mode, Optimus in his robot mode, some other pictures of Optimus there on the back. Just, you can see the Matrix there. He's got his gun, and you can see how his gun stores in his back, as well as his axe here, some of the other pieces of the figure that are inside the box. And this box is so nice because it also has this very cool Velcro here on the side. So it opens up here. They really put a lot of detail into the box, as well as the figure, as we'll get into next. Introducing Optimus Prime Oversize KO MPP10. Yeah, he's amazing. Just a sweet figure. To give you an idea of the size of this figure, I don't have an original authentic masterpiece Optimus Prime MP10, but I do have Bumblebee there, and I've got Blue Streak, which we'll put in there for comparison. So if you're into perfectly sizing your masterpiece figures, this is obviously going to be huge for your collection. I mean, probably way too big, at least in robot form, which is how he comes out of the box. As we get him transformed, we'll take a look at his alt mode too, which actually looks a little bit better and a little bit more to scale. One figure that I do think MPP10 works fantastic with is the official Takara MP05 Megatron. And a lot of people don't like this Megatron figure. I think he's fantastic as far as scaling with MPP10. So while MPP10 Optimus Prime is a little large for some of the other Autobots, he looks great, in my opinion, with Megatron here. The other thing that I wanted to show you is his gun. And this is very well made by Jiang. Nice paint apps here on the side. And it does feature this collapsing ability here that the official Takara masterpiece gun has. So it collapses right up into this unit and actually fits inside Optimus's back. So that's very cool. There we go. We'll pop it back out, and there's his gun. It does fit nicely in his hand here. I'll just open up his hand. We'll slide it in. Close it up there. There we go. So he holds his gun pretty well and looks fantastic with MP05 Megatron, in my opinion. I always like seeing masterpiece figures with their G1 counterparts. So here's MPP10 Optimus Prime with his G1 Optimus Prime toy. And as far as articulation and build quality goes, there's really no comparison. This masterpiece figure is fantastic. But again, really does a nice homage to the original G1 toy. Inside the box, there's also his axe here. We'll get that opened up. Opening this for the first time here. And it's fantastic. The quality on this figure and the accessories is mind-boggling. They really have given Takara a run for their money. Yeah, it looks fantastic. So we'll put that right there. He can hold that. And also in the box, we've got our matrix of leadership. I haven't even opened this yet. So there's our matrix with a nice blue color there, illuminating with the light shining through. So that looks pretty sweet. We also get a small filler piece for his arm. I've now replaced this with a Autobot logo right here that I got on eBay for about $10. So that's been replaced. A small spike figure is also included in with MPP10, a little bit larger than the Takara version or the authentic version. He does articulate. He's got moving arms. His head does not move. He's got moving hips and knees. But he's very, very hard to get to stand. Here's a Spike little figure standing there with MPP10. So pretty small. Or maybe the figure is just that big. So let's get into taking a look at the figure itself here. We'll get some of these items away. All right, I'm pretty zoomed in here on Optimus. He's got a fantastically articulated head. Go up and down. Actually, that's not even a ball joint. It's a rotating neck and a up-down joint on his head. His ears actually rotate too, or these little antennae. That's pretty sweet feature there. So Jiang did a fantastic job with that. The paint is excellent. If you look here, this section all in here is die-cast metal. His entire chest, that's metal, and then his feet are metal too, which we'll get into. His chest does open up. And this little section opens up here. Okay, you can open up his chest and place the matrix right inside. So that's a cool feature. I'm going to close this up again. It's actually two different flaps. 1, 2. And we'll close his chest back up. There we go. That closes nicely there. Bring his face back around. Nice paint applications. Yellow here on these lights. His grill is a fantastic chrome. Very cool translucent yellow bits in his belt there. And coming down, his legs are a gray plastic. They're not painted at all. And then as we get down into his legs, oh, I don't even have this transformed right now that I'm looking at it. Let's bring these flaps around. This is much better here. Because there is some sweet looking detail on his legs there. These louvers here look really nice. And then he's got the metal feet with his lights showing there, his tail lights showing. The chrome is all done very nicely on this figure. The side panels have these chrome bits there. I think they're gas tanks. As we come up his arm, very nice metallic paint there on the side. And right here on this section of the silver there. His hands do open. He's got a finger joint. You can see rotating there. And he's got the other 3 fingers are all together. His thumb does not move. So ball up his fist again. And it's the same on the other hand. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Chrome on his exhaust stacks is fantastic. We'll move him around here to his back. He does have gun storage right here. So you can store his gun down in this section, which is awesome because this is fully painted black on the inside of that section. It looks wonderful. So we'll snap that back into place there. And I'll show you some of the articulation of this figure on his upper body here. His arms can come out. That way you get some articulation here up and down in the shoulders. They do rotate 360 degrees. We'll pull this one out. This does the same. He's got a nice ratchet here. Pretty soft ratchet, not too hard. on his elbow. And then this can rotate back and forth here. You can see that it's the same on the other side. And we can, if he really wants to stretch out, he can fold his arms back like this. So pretty posable figure. Looks awesome. Okay, let's go back down and look at the legs here. These are well articulated as well. It really feels good. Man, listen to that ratchet on that hip there. It is on a ball joint. You can bring it back. You can bring it up, down, backward, forward. And then our leg here, about a 90-degree knee pivot there. And a little bit of rotation in the hip, but some good rotation here on the knee, just below the knee actually. So we can get some good poses. His feet rotate. The toe can fold down, but that's more for transformation. They can rotate up and down slightly. And they have really good ankle tilt, which can make him have some pretty sweet stances here. Let's get him in a good pose here for you. There we go. So you can see the legs pose really well. And Optimus looks pretty fantastic. Again, for a KO figure, even for an official Takara figure, this MPP10 looks awesome. I love it. It just looks amazing. Now let's get into transformation here. And to start off, we're going to tuck his hands into his arms. So down here on the bottom, we'll just flip that little panel open. And it's a little bit different than some other Masterpiece figures because his entire forearm swivels with his hand so that it's inside. And now you close that back up. We'll do that on the other side here. Just swivel that underneath and close that up. Now we'll collapse his forearms. Just collapse those by pushing down there. Okay, and I'm going to now look at his legs here. His feet will actually now compress or fold his feet down. Those are going to become the back of his trailer. And we'll now fold these front pieces, which I had mistransformed in robot mode. We'll fold those over and collapse them there. Now these chrome pieces can articulate up. They're actually on a double hinge. They move up, and this little section here on his wheels that are covering him up folds over onto the back. Do that on the other side. We'll rotate that up, and we'll fold this over onto the back there. Now his legs can collapse. The way to do that, there's these buttons here on the back. So all you need to do is press that button in, and then his entire leg, lower leg, collapses on top of the upper leg there. So we'll get those collapsed. They all tab in nicely here. There's some tabs right on the center piece there. We'll tab those in. Get his feet straightened out there. So that's it for the lower body for now. Let's go back to our upper body. I'm going to rotate this entire section here above his waist 180 degrees. I'm now going to open up his chest panel. Okay, we've got his chest opened up. Now this section here actually is on a hinge that can fold Optimus backwards. And as it does that, these pieces right here can now fold down and expose his cab wheels here, or his front wheels. You can see them folded in there. So we'll rotate those all the way around so that those wheels are now facing the front or the lower part of Optimus here. All right, so we got those rotated around here. There we go. Now that we have those rotated around, we want to bring this entire piece back down and it's going to lock in. So there's a little click that you'll feel as this section here locks into that hinge. So now it's locked in. We can fold his arms. This is very reminiscent of the G1 figure, this part of the transformation here. I'm going to collapse his upper arms. And one of the things that we don't want to forget to do is fold down this little section here. These are the steps that go right behind his front wheels. So fold those down both sides. Now I'll collapse that upper forearm. This entire section rotates down to expose his front bumper. So there's the front bumper piece. Just going to make sure this all clicks in nicely here. Okay, so we got that all. There's some, his arms actually slot in underneath here. So the back section of his arm needs to slot in properly to that back section. So as we bring his forearm and line it up with his grill here, that slot is going to line up on the bottom. So you want to make sure that that's pegged in there properly. Okay. So we got that. We'll rotate his head down into the cab just like G1. We'll close up his doors here. And there's a little flexing that goes on to get those closed. It looks like we've got it lined up pretty good so far. Just make sure everything's tight. I'm going to rotate this piece down again to pull out the headlight and pull out the headlight on this side. This rotates up, and this is what actually tabs it all together and holds it in place nicely. Those headlights fit right in there, and then the front bumper locks in place just like that. So once you've got it all set there, it really folds up nicely. These gas tanks right here tab in. So you don't want to forget those there. Tab that right in. And there we go. Optimus Prime MPP10, oversized Optimus Prime. So here he is, all transformed into his alt mode. And again, the quality doesn't stop in robot mode. Look at this. Look at how all this lines up. It is a fantastic figure. The chrome looks amazing. Everything tabs in perfectly. Just beautiful. I love this figure. Nice rubber tires too, and they spin really nicely. Optimus rolls really well here. Here's the back end view with his nicely painted taillights. And these are actually clear, translucent plastic in there. That's really fantastic. I just love this figure. Let's look at some size comparisons here. We'll put MPP10 there. We'll bring in Masterpiece Ironhide. So it looks like a pretty good scale here. One thing that I did forget to do is rotate these mirrors out. Yeah, nice scale. You know, if he's too big in robot form, I think he's perfect in alt form. We'll bring in Wheeljack there. Just as a size comparison. And last but not least, G1, Optimus Prime. What a sweet comparison there of these two figures. You know, G1 did have something extra here, and that is his trailer here for G1 Optimus. But Wei Jiang has not disappointed in this regard as well. MPP10 does come with an oversized trailer to go along with this awesome figure. So the trailer actually tabs in. There's this beautifully rotating hitch here, and that tabs into Optimus right here in these slots. So we'll show you how that works right there. Tab him right in there. And there we go, Optimus Prime with his trailer. Bring the camera back there. I love this. This is an amazing figure. And with his trailer, he's totally complete. It just looks fantastic. So hopefully you liked this review as much as I liked reviewing this toy. MPP10 by Jiang, a nice KO, oversized KO of the Takara masterpiece Optimus Prime. This has been Bot Chasers, and if you like this video, please subscribe and check out our other videos.